Yeah, there was a box on the very bottom.
Well, good. Welcome, Chris.
Morning.
So glad to have Chris here. And she has a brand new mini album that is made with file folders, and I can't wait to show you how beautiful it is. Darlene says, "Happy Hump Day, everyone from Virginia." And it is Hump Day. Remember that camel that comes into the cubicle office?
That's right.
What day is it? What day is it?
Hump Day.
So crafty friends, we're running a couple minutes late, and we apologize for that. I wanted to make sure that we were set on landscape because we're doing an album today, and I think it's better to see if you can see the whole thing at once. And then I don't have to back up and have my feet show and stuff like that. And Dawn says she's loving all the great mini albums lately, and I got to tell you guys that Diane worked with Chris and Katie to come up with all these little mini album projects, and they're so fun because they're not like overwhelming, you know, Chris.
Exactly.
You can kind of do it, and then you're done with that project, and you can move on to another one.
Right. Yeah. After watching the video, I got it off Pinterest. A gal named Sarah, I saw her video. I changed it up a little bit, obviously, but I was done with it in a few hours. You know, the main thing is picking your paper. That stuff sometimes takes longer, but I'll put that back later. Anyway.
that sounds good.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, it is kind of fun, and you can do different themes with mini books if you want to do a birthday, something for Mother's Day,
Oh, gosh,
which
yeah.
I think your book here would be really good. And Teresa had one on Monday that she made for her mom.
Exactly. The lady I saw had done a Halloween one for her little boy. So,
oh yeah, the holidays are perfect too.
Yep, exactly.
I have at my house, Chris, I have a little container. It's kind of a little baskety thing, and it's filled with mini albums.
Oh, fun.
And sometimes I just like to sit down and look at them. And it's when you're making them, sometimes you don't think about the memories and how much you're going to enjoy them later. But I sure do. And trips that my husband and I have been on and things with the kids, it's just fun to look back.
Well, these are so fast and easy. I think it would be fun to make a couple up ahead of time, and that way, if you need a gift, you have something ready to go.
Oh, yes.
I forgot I had a piece of paper on the back of there. But yeah, so this is the first one I've ever done.
And we should see how many people have made a project with file folders, because Chris is using file folders today. And we do sell file folders, and I know you can get these yourself, you know, at an office supply store or whatever, but we do have lots of colors here. If that's more convenient for you, that works out. And today, Chris is using white file folders, but we have red, orange, purple, lavender, yellow, green, blue, and we even have manila. And we have craft, and we do have black. I don't see any black ones out here, but we also carry black. And our file folders come in a set of 3, and they're $2.29 for a set of 3.
Except for the black, they're individual.
The black are individual, and they're $1.29. And we have made a lot of projects with file folders. So hop on here and tell us if you've made a file folder project or album, and let us all know.
Yes.
And Chris is doing one today we haven't done before.
No, well, good. That's, like I said, this is my first one. I would probably add a little more to it the next time, but I wanted to keep it simple since I'd never done it before. Why stress myself out?
Show us show us the product you used. It seems like people didn't get notification today, so they might be just getting on.
Oh no.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm using the Indigo.
From one of our favorite companies,
Yes.
Simple Stories.
And I love this. I used both the pack and the solids. I also used the little enamel dots, mainly because I put them on both sides.
Put them on the tabs.
And I would not have the patience, you know, you could use Nuvo drops, but I would not have the patience to sit and wait for my Nuvo drops to dry before I went on to the next page, and then I would end up with a big smeared mess. So that's
And
why I
I have done that on video, Chris.
Oh gosh,
And
haven't we all?
luckily, viewers have told me that. How's those Nuvo drops doing?
Oh my gosh, no. I also used some of the washi tape. And
So there's an up close view of the washi tape. You get 5 rolls. And this collection, it's super beautiful. It's not brand new. We got it, I don't know, maybe 4 months ago, which really is new, but it's not like just in.
right.
And it is all online, and it is online under Shopping and Simple Stories Indigo Garden.
But you can see I didn't want the white showing.
Oh,
So
okay. So
I
you put it between your pages.
Yes, exactly.
All
And
right.
I also did it here, used one of the other ones. And I used some other washi tape too, which I'll get into that in a minute. But all I did was run the very thin, an 1/8 inch score tape along both sides, and then I put it down because I didn't want it going anywhere.
Oh, so you gave it some extra.
Yes, yep. Now this sticker sheet comes in with this collection pack.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But just in case you would want an extra one, I didn't use anything from this one because I had the sticker book, but we're down to 1 sticker book. And I
So
think
here's another,
here's another option for you. And I'll show you where I think some of these would work really well because we're down to 1 of these also. It's funny how when you do the project 2 weeks ago, you have a lot.
I know, and
And-
occasionally we do plan way ahead. Usually, if Chris or Katie or Diane are doing a project, they're planning ahead. Now, and that's a little bit of a transition, Chris, and I just want to address this really quick.
Okay.
But yesterday, if you watched yesterday, we had some purple paper packs from Paper Rose Studio that we put together for these cards, and we had a lot. I'm telling you, we had like almost 100, and I'm really sorry. I had no idea that they were going to be that popular, and we did sell out. And that's not the case. We're trying to do a really good job of increasing our inventory and having a lot of everything. So I just want to tell you, I'm sorry if they were gone and you wanted to get one, but we're going to find another collection like that and do a very similar thing so that we'll have other opportunities. And so if you got one, maybe you could put it on eBay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you could put it on eBay.
Let me know because I wanted one. And I didn't watch the video till after my hair appointment. So, you know,
Yeah.
I lost out, but next time, darn it, I'm jumping on.
Well, we're gonna find another great collection. It's not like we can just reorder that paper. It came from Australia and was imported from Australia, so it's not like we can order it and have it here in a few days. But we will find a new one.
Good, awesome. All right, do we want to get started? or
Yeah,
do we
let's
need to
do it. I
have
can't
people
wait.
Jump on?
Well, we're good.
Okay. All right. This project took 4 file folders. And I know we sell them in sets of 3, but let's
then you
face
have-
it, you're going to
well-
find something else to do with those other 2.
Well, you know what? I should have thought of it. You could make Katie's, got her guide to make a file folder project, and I made one, and it only takes 2 file folders.
Oh, perfect.
So that would be perfect. You need just 2 file folders for Katie's project, and she does have directions. So that would be something to
gosh,
do with
yeah.
your extras, or make more flips, or save it for another project.
Exactly. I'll show you how to use the leftover from the ones that you cut.
Perfect.
But all right, so let's get started. What you're going to do, and I don't have directions. You guys know I am not a kit person.
but
or
you're good.
Really a direction.
But you are an engineer.
So we'll just go through it slowly, and I'm sure, you can watch the video again. So
That sounds good. Oh, Chris,
Yes.
can we mention your little tool?
yes,
caddy here.
Okay, I use this at home all the time. Whatever project I'm doing, I set up what I know I need, and I put it in there so that I'm not constantly searching underneath my folders or my paper.
If only I could put my trimmer in there. That's what I lost the other night.
Oh no! Oh
So.
my gosh, that's a big one. But this just has worked out so well for me. I actually asked Kelly if we could get them in because I had one and I just loved it. So
And we do have we have the red ones right now. The rest of our order is missing, and we don't know where it is. So we do have a lot more of those coming. And Chris, we need to ring the bell. And I'm sorry for I keep delaying Chris.
That's
Chris,
all right.
it's okay.
No,
we're
that's
not
fine.
delaying you, but I don't want to interrupt once you get started.
That's all right.
Penny, can you get that box of dies from the desk in the office?
Yes.
The one from yesterday. We had a customer yesterday that brought us in. Chris brought us in her sample. She's got the We Are Memory Keepers, the box with the die, the magnetic.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Pockets.
Oh, how cool.
And she's going to. She brought it in. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling here because
that's
I'm
all right.
reading a note from Dawn. All right. Anyhow, Chris was so sweet. She brought hers in to show us how she organizes her dies. And Chris, I want to do it.
Oh, nice.
Wait till you see it. You're going to love them. So Penny went to get it. I don't know if she went down the road or here she is. Penny, would you mind getting us like the product also? You know, an empty one of these. Okay, so everybody look at this. Is that amazing or what? And Chris, if you open it up, we can show. This is the We Are Memory Keeper. We waited forever for the boxes.
Well, Chris might be able to open it up. There we go.
We waited forever for the boxes. We had these, I don't know what they call them, pockets with the
Sleeves.
magnets, sleeves with the magnets, and they've got the tab on them, and they fit right into the box. And then Chris, not our Chris, but a customer Chris, thank you, Penny. Penny went and got it. So Chris took her dies and she's got them all set up on magnetic sheets, and then she actually labeled them, and then she has them organized like by alphabets and shapes and rectangles and circles. And look at that.
That is amazing.
Is that amazing?
Yes.
I haven't seen it all done up. And the other thing is it has these dividers in it that you can label, or if you don't have this many dies, and I don't, then you can put in this little divider and it holds your pockets so they
In
stand up
place.
straight.
You want me to open this one? Or I
Yeah.
guess it's cut. It's shut.
Oh,
with
it's
the-
sealed. So here it is. It's the die and stamp storage from We Are Memory Keepers. It is, Chris, how much is that? $39.99.
$39.99.
And it does come with your packet of sleeves with the magnetic sheets. So you do get one of those. I think there might be 6 in there. And then you can buy extras, which obviously Chris did. This is confusing because we got Chris,
Two Chris's.
Chris and Chris.
I know, right?
But we got Chris with a K and Chris with a C.
There you go.
And Lisa wants to know what size the pockets are, and we're going to have to probably measure that. And Chris with a C is going to measure that for us. But look at this, you guys. And she told me the magnets were pretty strong, that they're holding things well. But wouldn't you like to be doing some crafts and just pull this out and like, oh, here we go.
9.5 by 6.
So there's 6 by 9.5 are the pockets, and they do come with the magnets, so you can just stick your dies on there.
That is amazing.
So we've had these boxes, we finally got them in, but nobody really knew what they were going to look like. So Chris with a K, thank you so very much for sharing yours today. I was super excited, and I'm going to do that with my dies, and I might even get a few more. I might need a few more dies, Chris.
Well, yeah, I would have to buy some dies to fill that up, but I would be okay with that.
I think it would be great. So, all right.
All right.
Oh, and Chris does say she loves, Chris with a K, loves the storage system. So,
Good.
and nobody is late because we are just getting started here at Memory Bound. Chris is here. She's going to make a mini book with 4 file folders.
Exactly. I used the white because I thought it looked pretty with the indigo. I also used hickory smoke to ink around it.
Okay, let's see.
You might be able to tell
Oh, there you can
better.
see it on the file folder. Oh, here we go.
You can kind
I
of see
didn't even
on
realize
there.
it was inked, Chris.
Oh, okay.
It's very subtle. It looks nice.
Well, yeah, that's what I liked about this hickory. It just takes away some of the harshness of the white, but it doesn't overpower it, I don't think. So, all right, let me show you how we're going to do this. You're going to cut each of your file folders down to 6 inches. You need, as you can see with this,
Does it matter what tabs you use, Chris?
you need whatever you start with up front. So I started with the left,
Okay.
and then I went right, middle,
Okay.
and then left. So whatever you start with, you want to end with.
Oh, okay.
So
So you want to use 2 of the same
Yes.
at least.
Yep.
Whatever it might be.
exactly.
Okay.
So I'll show you how to cut a couple of these because it's not hard, not rocket science, but sometimes it just helps.
Yeah, you said you're cutting it to 6 inches, but I
Correct.
wasn't sure. Oh,
You're going to
Keeping the tab.
You're going to keep the tab at the 6 inches,
okay.
and then just come up and cut it. You're going to use this for other things. Don't get rid of it, obviously.
Never get rid of
No.
file folder scraps. There's something about file folder paper. It's like a compact paper. I'm not a paper scientist, but it is different.
It's dense.
Dense
almost,
is a
or
great
something.
word. Dense is a great word.
Well,
We need to
I've
talk
been
to
called
Katie's sister because she's in the paper world and she
Really?
could probably help us with
Oh
it.
my
Yeah.
gosh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Now, is this the tricky
This,
one you were
yes,
talking
this
about?
is the one that there's a little trick, and it makes it very easy so that you're not stressing over it. Come up and find the middle of your tab. This is the middle tab. You're going to find the middle of that tab.
the middle of the middle.
And you're going to put it on 3 inches. So line up the middle of your tab on the 3-inch spot. I'm not going to measure. To me, that looks pretty even. I'm going
if
to.
you're anal, you can measure.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But
I'm gonna
I see
come-
what you're doing.
I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to go ahead and line it up at 6. And the middle of your tab should be automatically lined up on that 3 again.
Okay, that is the trick. Because you want your tab in the middle, so that's how you're centering it. I
Correct.
love it, Chris.
So as easy as that. Now, I have some already folded, so I can show you how to put them together.
We call this
but
the Rachel Ray.
That's right. But let me go ahead and show you how
yeah,
to do
let's
this.
fold one because I want to know myself.
Okay.
I'm going to make one of these.
So this is the way it opens. You're going to flip it upside down so that the tab is facing up. Does that make sense? This is the way it opens.
Okay, so there's the front,
Yep.
and you go upside down.
You're going to go upside down.
and then fold it back.
And now, don't worry about where this ends up. This part, the right below the tab, it's going to line up here.
Okay.
And I've got my bone folder in here somewhere. If it's not making sense to anybody, let me know. Okay, so now I'm just going to line it up here.
A bone folder is one of those things I didn't think I needed. And it was required in a class I took one time at a trade show. So I got one,
Yes.
and I use it all the time.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Well, you don't have to use it just for scoring, for sure.
right.
Okay, now you're going to flip it over so that your tab is up again. And this time, you're not going to worry about any of this. You just want your bottom,
Oh, so
to
you
match
want your
up.
fold to match.
yeah. And of course, it's always easier when I'm at home, but we'll figure it out.
Welcome, Arlene. So glad you're here. We're making a file folder mini album today with Chris. So if anyone's just joining us, welcome to the Memory Bound classroom. I kind of been calling it that now because that's
yeah.
really what it is.
Exactly what it is. Okay, so now you have, if you open it up, you've got a W. You know you did it right if you have a W, and that these edges are
So your folds are lined up.
correct.
Your 2 folds that go together. Can you do it again? on
Yeah,
the
I'm
other
going to do
piece?
it with this one. Okay, so this is your middle one. Same thing. You're going to
Flip
flip
her
it
over.
upside down.
Okay.
You're going to take your edge,
Uh-huh.
not your tab, and line it up with the top. Flip it over again. And then again, don't worry about any of this. Just worry about
because that's going to be your spine.
Exactly. Whoops, and that one's off a little bit, so we're gonna.
Darcy's here now. Hey, Darcy. It's very intriguing. We are making a file folder album, and we have not made this album yet at Memory Bound. We've Katie's made some albums, and I've made Katie's albums, if I can say that. And now we're making a new one.
So there you are. You've got,
I wondered how
Two
you
of 'em.
did that.
and you're just going to do that with 3 of them.
Okay.
Okay.
So only 3.
Yes. Now the last one is just your cover page. It's going to go on the front of your album. So you're going to cut it down to the 6 inches. So it's 6 inches top to bottom, and then it's 5 inches. I've got a ruler somewhere here. My South Dakota Highway Patrol. It's,
Well, we have South Dakota viewers, Chris, so this
well,
is perfect.
My brother-in-law was a South Dakota Highway Patrolman for years, and he gave me a ruler. So anyway, from the tab to the spine side, 5 inches. Okay? Does that make sense? You're gonna, let's say this is the one, instead of folding it, I'm just gonna take, and I'm gonna cut this.
Yeah, show us that, because I'm a little, I got a little confused.
Okay, well,
But that doesn't say much,
that,
Chris.
well, it's a lot of information.
We can get you another file folder if you need it.
I don't think I need one, that's fine. I'm gonna line this up on the 5-inch mark.
So you want, okay, so you got, so it's not folded?
This, right, you're folding 3 of them,
Right, and this one's
and
cut?
this one's cut.
Okay, I thought that was a folded piece, so that's why I was confused.
Right, yeah.
But it's just a flat
I was,
cut off piece.
yeah, I was
Okay.
just showing them how to fold.
Okay,
But this one, you're not gonna bother folding. You're just gonna cut 6 inches like you did the others, and then you're gonna cut it 5 inches from the tab to the bottom.
okay.
Does that
so,
make sense now?
Yes, it
Okay.
does. So it's a 5 by 6.
Correct.
And you can, you know the 6 because your book is 6 inches tall. So the height
Exactly.
is 6, so you just have to remember 5.
Right. All right, so.
Here, Chris is rolling up her sleeves. Here we go.
It's hot back here today. All right, so the most important thing is ink everything before you start putting it together.
Okay,
So I've marked everything so I could remember.
that's a smart way to do it.
Here's my left, and you're not going to put your right tab right next to your left tab, so you know you want the tab to go towards the back of it. So when
Okay.
I open this up, here's my right tab when it's unfolded.
So she's got a whole bunch of folded up pages there. And what you're saying is don't flip it the other way because you don't want your tab to a tab.
yeah. I don't
You
want,
want
my
some-
right. Otherwise, I have right and right. So
Right.
you've got to have it
Right.
yeah, or left and left. So you've got to have it flipped in the direction where left side, right side. That's how
Okay.
you're going to help remember.
I think that's good.
Where
that
it goes.
really explains it well.
Now, I want to make a pocket like I did here. So when I attach it, I'm only going to tape the bottom and the sides. I'm not going to tape the top part of it.
Okay.
And that will make my pocket. Now, what I learned the hard way,
And you don't have to make a pocket.
no, you don't have to,
but it's
No,
kind of
gosh,
cool.
no. Was the gal who I watched didn't have paper in here. She left it.
Just file
Right.
folder.
Yeah. After I got it put together, I wanted paper in there, so then I had to take my undo
Oh.
because that's what works with score tape.
If you're wondering about undo, we have a great video on our YouTube channel, and it even takes gum out of carpet, and I've done that live before. So I had to chew some gum and then mush it in our carpet. So undo is great. It's an adhesive remover. It's not going to work on liquid glue, but any of your tapes, and you know what, Chris? I've bought some, like glass things before, and you can't get
Yes.
that darn stickers off, and it works good, and it doesn't leave a residue like Gugon does.
You know, you had mentioned that. So when I got my new plates recently, I
you use
I
it?
used it.
And it works?
Just like that.
It works great.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Because my husband will go ahead and put them in the dishwasher with the tag on.
The tag.
That's a whole nother story. All right. So I laid down a piece of paper because I don't want the white showing.
And that's the back of your cover.
That's the back of my cover. And then I'm going to pull off
Getting all
my-
our little tape off. Now, Chris likes to use a pokey tool. So if you have one of those and you're doing a lot of score taping, get it out and it just pops it right off.
Oh my goodness. I don't have nails. So I needed something, and this just works tremendously. Now,
Yeah, how are you going to get those on there nice?
well, we're going to pray.
I know you know how. I know you know
Now,
you've got a tip.
I hold it flat against the table, and that way my edges are nice and straight, and then I just hope for the best, and it works. So now I want to be able to put
So you're showing us
tab
all
up.
the trickiness of
yes.
this. Okay.
I want to be able to put a tab.
So the first page, she
in
has
there.
a pocket here, and then the next page, she's hooked them together, and she has a pocket at the top. So you can put a
Correct.
tag or photos, whatever you might like.
So then all you have to do is turn it backwards, and you can kind of open it to see. You want this plane so you know your hump or your mountain.
Right.
You want that to be your pocket. So again, I just put tape 2 sides. You don't need to put it on 3 sides for this.
Because you have your fold.
Exactly. And then just fold it over, and
Oh my gosh, Chris, I love that. People are really loving this.
now you've got the spot where you can put one of your tags, just like that.
Perfect.
All
Now,
right.
Chris, I
Yes.
want to mention that you could stop right there. What Chris has
Oh, gosh,
already
yeah.
done, you could stop right here with the 2 file folders, the cover and then the 1 file folder, and you'd have a nice little project mini
yeah.
book.
Oh, definitely.
Now, of course, we're not stopping there today
Oh, why
because
would
this
we
is
do
memory
that?
bound. Why would we do that when we got Chris here? We're going to take advantage of her.
All right. And now again, because my pocket is going in, we're up to this
So she's
one.
got another pocket.
As you can see, here's my right side. I'm going to attach my middle tab to that. But first, I'm going to go ahead and
And this part of your file folder makes a really nice little, you don't have to punch it with a circle punch or make a notch.
It's done
Makes
for
a nice
you.
notch.
And I cut my paper just 1/8 of an inch smaller. I didn't want much of it showing, or much of the folder showing, so that's why I did that. Okay, so here's my middle. Again, you don't want your tabs back to back, so that's how you remember where to put it. And sticky notes.
So this is her middle tab.
And again, I just taped the bottom and the 2 sides.
Chris, you'll probably be excited. Beth, thank you for sharing. Beth is making it right now
Oh,
with us.
fun.
So isn't that neat?
That's very cool.
I love that.
Me too.
It's like craft along with Chris.
Uh-oh, and Chris got off a little bit on this one.
Are we going to have an undo?
Undo moment?
Moment?
Well,
It
we
looks
might,
like she's going to be able to
because-
fix it.
Well, I'm just going to have to leave it because I don't have an open undo.
Well, we
just
have one up
pretend.
front, but you can fix it later.
Yeah, I'll fix it
probably.
later. Okay, so then again, you're coming back, flipping it on the other side.
So you're doing another top
and
pocket.
Yep, and I'm doing the mountain or your fold.
And Letha, nice comment. She's not making it now, but she's going to ASAP.
Oh, good.
I think once you get your parts cut, your pieces, maybe pieces
Yep,
sounds better than parts. Parts is parts.
Parts is parts.
Once you get them cut, I think it all kind of makes sense. Oh, Amber says she is also, but she's behind because she's on the darn treadmill.
Oh,
We should all. I wish. Don't you guys all wish that paper crafting burned a whole bunch of calories and made you, rather than
gosh,
having to go to
yes.
the treadmill? I'd rather do paper crafts, but
Okay, so now
gotta have a balance.
Oops, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
We're back to our left because this is the bottom. It's our last one. Again,
You
want
don't
'em-
want them right next to each other.
Exactly. So,
Chris is going to make them at the crop this weekend.
oh,
That's
nice.
a good idea.
Yeah.
And I think Cindy's making it, and maybe Paula is. Or maybe they mean they're making them at the crop. I don't know, but people are really loving this.
Good.
Chris.
I'm glad. It's always fun to come up with something that maybe you haven't done before.
Yes.
And so now, well, I shouldn't say we're done. Let me take this one off.
We got to do another top pocket.
Yep. And obviously, it's up to you. Like Kelly said, how many layers you want, how many fold outs you
How
want.
many pockets you
Yes.
want? So Chris has made pockets on the back of each of the tabs.
Okay, so just like that.
Look at that.
It's
oh my
together.
Gosh. Oh my gosh, I love it.
And that took no time. I mean, to me, the longest thing is inking it. That's why I did that off camera.
Yeah.
Because it takes longer to ink it. All right, so now
Yeah, what are we going
I-
to do?
I found the Dina Wakley number 8s were the perfect height.
50 for $12.99, and those are the number 8s. I think you said that.
Yes, for my.
Oh, there's a paper right there.
Yes, I put that there for a photo, and I keep forgetting. It's just the perfect height for
It is.
for this project, so that's why I went with those. I used a tag. I covered it on both sides with paper, and there really is a very easy.
Yeah, I'd like to see your technique for that. We have a few people on the treadmills right now, Chris. We are distracting them.
I feel so lazy. That
I
they're
know.
out on
We're
the
we're
treadmill.
distracting them so that they can keep going.
Good. All right. Now, I did not use this one, but I wish I had because I have this at home and I forgot about it.
Okay, so you've made
I
reinforcements.
made reinforcements because I just think it's pretty, and this has so many cool shapes that I could have used.
So this is the reinforcement variety pack from Elizabeth Crafts, and these are really popular. We try to keep these in stock all the time. It's got your plain round ones, but then it's got like little kind of like gears and flowers and suns and arrows, and it is $25.99, and you're going to get 12. And they've got holes on them, so you can put them on a ring for easy
Yes.
storage. Or you could put them in that magnet box
Oh, exactly.
that Chris has got all her
Oh
stuff
gosh,
in.
yeah. Alrighty, so I think the easiest way to do this is just use a good liquid glue, glue up your tag, and then again, I'm kind of a tapper. I just
Well, and
pick
if
it
you
up.
use liquid glue, then you have a little bit of forgiveness.
Exactly. Okay, so, and the reason I put it on the tag and not the paper was trying to avoid gluing my paper.
Oh, getting it on the ends
Yeah.
there, yeah.
So then,
Chris keeps pulling stuff out of her nifty little holder.
I know, that's why I love it. And then I just go ahead, use the back of my tag as a guide, and snipped the edges. And that's when you can trim it up too if you're off when I measured. And I also go ahead and, because I can see my
Oh, yeah,
spot.
that is smart to punch your hole there.
Yeah, I punch my hole. So now one side is already done. And then you just go back and you do the same thing with the other side. You know, I would glue it on this way. Cut it. I mean, I can glue it if you want.
No, that's fine.
Cut it, and then...
I'm reading Mary's comment. I'm sorry, Chris.
Oh, that's all right.
There's a lot of people that are talking about exercise now, and I'm so happy that people are on treadmills. And let's see, somebody said maybe I should get up and walk a little bit, and Mary says, Mary, you're hilarious. I'll sit on my recliner and move my legs. And there's a comment about your scissors. So those are the Tim Holtz scissors by Tonic, and he does have really good scissors. Are these the
Those
are
are
these the smooth ones?
No.
Okay, these are his original then scissors, the
But I-
smaller pair.
Just bought the smooth ones for myself the other day. Now I took, I had a Hero Arts tag set that has the reinforcer.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's what I cut out of this paper. And I just put score tape on the back because I don't want glue seeping out.
There's a tip right there. To get your score tape, put it on the back of your paper, and then you got sticky.
Yes.
Pre-made sticky.
Well, otherwise, the glue seeps out and that's a mess. And then, you know, because I punched that hole, I can see where we're lining up.
Oh, that's fun.
And it just adds a little, here,
I
we're
feel
going to
like
pretend.
I need to do that with the reinforcements. Because Chris did it over here also. So you can see she used one of the pattern papers. And let me look under this ribbon. And especially on this collection, I think it's really neat because it just makes it look a little more distressed. And
Right. But
oh, that's
we're-
so pretty.
So, you know, it just adds that little something to it. We're going to pretend those are glued together.
we can pretend.
Yes.
Peggy wants to know what number this is, and it's number 1736. So I believe this is the original reinforcers, and there is another set, another variety also.
All right.
Oh, they want to know what the Tim Holtz haberdashery scissors. So why don't you ring the bell? Chris is ringing the bell.
Okay.
2 times in a row.
Penny, would you mind getting the Tim Holtz haberdashery scissors?
Sure.
All right.
That's his newer scissor.
And they're very
very sharp.
Yes. All right. So
Oh,
this is the tag that goes in your side pockets here. I made these out of my leftover file folder that I cut out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
These I made 4x4, and for a particular reason,
Thank you.
because there are 4x4 cutouts in this collection kit.
That's why you made them 4x4.
Yes.
Okay, so
I
that is a
used-
cutout right there.
Yep,
Oh,
I used that one. This is this one. I did it with a couple of them, and it just works perfectly to do it that way.
well, perfect, Chris. I wondered why you chose that size.
Here's what it started like. Here's what it ends up with. Now, the easiest way to do that is I came in, I measured down, I went in 3/4 of an inch. So I try to get it as close to the edge as I can. Always keep the ruler on the same side. So if you start on the outside of the paper, keep it on the outside. It just seems to work better.
Good tip.
I did on the inside, so that's what I'm going to do.
So we're marking 3/4 of an inch on both outsides of the top and the side.
Yes. And then, going to be careful because I just put a new blade in here this morning. It got really dull.
Have you ever cut your finger, like slit it, and
Yes.
you get a really nice straight slice?
I think sometimes, oh, my blade's dull, I better change it. And then I go to pop it out and realize that was pretty sharp. So now you're just going to take your pencil mark, you're going to line up one, and then you're going to turn your paper until both of them are in the channel. I think that looks pretty
Yeah, that looks good.
close. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. And I always have an eraser with me. It's somewhere. Anyway, so now that's when your hole punch or Crop-A-Dile comes in. I like the bigger hole. I would measure it if I were at home because, you know,
Some things are good to eyeball, some things are good to measure.
right. Yeah, that's a little off. But anyway, you get the idea. I would go ahead and cover it first with my paper,
Okay.
and then I would measure it. And because I didn't measure it and it's a little off, I could put my paper on top of it and you're not going to know.
You're not ever gonna
No,
know.
exactly. And like I said, I liked it because of the 4x4. That's all you have to do to make those. And it's a good way to use up some of your scraps
Well, and
from
the
your
file folders are a really nice weight for tags. They're perfect.
Exactly, because you don't want them flimsy, because every time you try to put them in, you're going to end up bending it up.
Oh,
and
true.
you don't
I
want
never
that.
thought about that, but they do end up being a really nice, heavier weight.
And with those, I should mention what I did. I just thought it was pretty having it rounded. So after, I don't think I did both at the same time because it's kind of thick. So when I got one piece of paper on and the folder or the tab, I went ahead and cut it. And then when I put that other paper on, I came back
And you did it again.
and I did it again, just because I really liked the rounded edge on there.
It looks nice. And I want to show them that rounder that you're using because this has got, it's from We Are Memory Keepers. It works really good and it's got 3 different angles. So you've got kind of a sharper corner, a medium, and then a broad corner. And we do sell a lot of these. They're just kind of handy. It's $10.99, so instead of having 3 punches or 2 punches, it's all in one. And I've heard, I don't have one myself because I still have my old corner rounders, but I've heard really good things about it.
I love it. I have the Crop-A-Dile corner rounder.
Oh, the
and-
corner chomper, yeah.
And I like this better. I
You
don't know
do?
why, I
Huh.
just do. But anyway, okay, so I also wanted to point out, I don't know if any of you are going to get this paper line. If you do, I found out that this tape,
Oh, the
Really
art
is
options of Vesta
pretty
tape
with it.
matches, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what's on here, Chris?
that's what's here. And it's also here.
Oh, she put it around her cover.
Yes, I wanted to cover up this part of it, you know, the spine. I wanted something to make it look pretty, so I
And
used
that's
that.
a fabric tape, so it's flexible and strong.
Exactly. I also used it here.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted something to cover that up a little bit. I could have used some of the leftover paper.
And it's very decorative.
But yeah, it just adds a little something to it. Now, I'm sure Katie has shown you all how to do waterfalls, but you know, it's always nice to have a refresher.
I think it's great.
And that's what this is. I used 3 pieces of 4 by 3.5, and I scored on the 4-inch side at 1/2 inch, or at 1/2 inch, not 1.5, but you know, a 1/2 inch to get these
So it
flaps.
ends up being a square, 3.5 by
Correct.
3.5. Okay, that makes it easy to remember. So it's 4 by 3.5, and then you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch, so they end up with 3.5 by 3.5.
3.5. Now, let's pretend this is my piece of paper that's here.
Okay, that's your page.
I went in, and because it's going to be covered up, nobody's going to see it. In the book, I did a very light pencil mark, but for
For here you did
here
dark.
I did
That's
dark
nice,
so that
so we
you
can
know
see
you
it.
can see it. And sorry, I got to put this away, otherwise it's going to bug me. Then I put score tape on that back side of the flap. And we'll just pull off one. I don't want to pull off all of them. And take that first one, take your fold or your score that you've bent, and just line it up as even on that.
It sounds kind of silly, but it is a nice way to start out straight, because if you start out straight, then your waterfall is going to be straight, and it's very easy to have it go crooked. I've had that happen before because I
gosh,
didn't
yeah.
draw a line, but now
Yeah.
I know what to do.
Well, and it doesn't have to even, it can be just 2 little pencil marks. You know, you don't have to do it heavy at all.
We're doing it heavy today for the video.
For the video. Okay, so now you're going to take your next fold and you're going to butt it right up against that piece here. And you just want to be careful that your score tape doesn't touch down before you want it to. And now you've got your
I
second.
love it.
And it's just really this simple.
And Chris is showing us what she did on this page right here, where she's got the 3 pieces. They were 3.5 by 4. She scored them at a 1/2 inch, so they end up being 3.5 by 3.5. And you know, whatever your project is, you just adjust the size. And if you want rectangle, you cut them a little different size.
Exactly.
It works. This works
Oh, yeah.
perfect for this book.
Well,
And then you can flip them up. And she's got her washi tape right there.
Attach a photo there, attach a little message, you are special, whatever you want to attach.
I love it.
Now see, if I were home, because I got off a tiny bit, I'd get out my undo,
Oh, and
take that
adjust
off
it.
and redo it. Yeah, as simple as that.
So remember that undo is a crafter's friend.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And I've even given it to my kids because I've got grandsons that use stickers, and you never know what's going to be stuck around. Plus, like we said, you use it on your new dishes.
Oh yeah,
What
exactly.
size is your score tape? We do have that question. Is that 1/2 inch?
It's a
or
quarter inch. I used a quarter inch.
So you could use a quarter. You could use 3/8. If you use an 1/8, you probably want to run it down a couple times.
Exactly. And then I decided, because I didn't have this here first, and somebody suggested maybe a waterfall, and I went, oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So I just went ahead and lifted this up with my score tape, or with my undo.
Stuck a little band.
I made a little band. I put a magnet, wherever those went, between 2 circles.
And we have magnets. If you go out to shopping and go to miscellaneous, 49 and Market now has magnets, and we've got the basic gray magnets.
But I put a little magnet between 2 circles that I had cut, and then attached it to my band. And I put a magnet, then I just kind of let it fall down and found a good place to put the magnet inside, put the paper on top.
I love magnets. They just make it
And-
seem professional.
Right,
I know
yeah.
that's silly, but
Well, no, it just, that finishing touch for it.
it does, and it holds it together.
Exactly.
Chris, Barbara has a question. She's
Alrighty.
wondering, how did you know where to put this top line? How did you just,
For this,
yeah.
I didn't. I just kind of guessed, and one of the reasons I liked this paper was because
Oh, you've
I
got
knew
the
it was straight
lines.
and I
Yeah.
had a line.
That's a good tip.
I measured it out. I kind of knew, I tried to make it even top
You
to
could
bottom.
make it higher. You could,
Oh, gosh, yeah.
You couldn't go a whole lot lower, but
No. I think there's enough room if you really wanted to. You could add a 4th. I like odd numbers.
it looks like it's
So-
about an inch from the top. If you really want to know, maybe 3/4.
Yeah, right at
3/4 of an
3/4
inch.
of an inch.
That's good to know.
But I think I've covered most of what.
So
went
what if we?
in.
How about if we just flip through the book? I think
Yes.
we'd all like to see it.
Okay, I also used my file folder leftovers for putting ideas of putting photos.
Oh, sure.
But okay, so front cover, again, all of this paper
So you've got
is
your
in this
stickers.
pack with the stickers.
And those stickers have a. I'm going to show it here because we've got it, but they have these pieces down here which are perfect for the tabs.
Yes,
They fit
yep.
perfectly.
And it still left room for my little enamel dots. And because I pop dotted this, I wanted to make sure it was going to really be secure. So I went ahead and put it on a piece of folder, and then I fussy cut around it.
Oh, to make it a little
So that it would be a little
sturdier.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
When you open it up, you got a tag that pops out, and she's got another. Is that a sticker there that says "Celebrate"?
Yes, this was from the sticker book that we only
Okay.
have one left of, unfortunately.
We can probably
But
get some more if we need to.
you can just always add other, don't have to do what I did.
You might
your
use a
own
different
thing.
collection.
Yes,
There's
exactly.
some really nice new summer collections that would be really fun.
Oh gosh, yeah. And I used the tape on here again, the 49 and Market, even though it's different brands, whatever, I liked the way it looked with it. And then I used just a little, a sticker again that I put on and did around it. You could add a photo there so easily. Another sticker that I needed, see, you can tell the difference. See how this one, I didn't put the paper behind it or the folder.
So because of the
It's-
cover, you wanted it a little more
and-
sturdy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
Again-
this is beautiful. Everyone's loving it.
Oh,
The
thank
hearts
you.
are going wild. Going wild with
Wild.
hearts. There's that waterfall.
This one, another sticker, but I used my embossing buddy
Oh,
and made it so it wouldn't be sticky there. Pop dotted it so that you can slide a photo
And
underneath of
it looks more like a clip.
Yeah,
It looks like
exactly.
a paper clip there.
And again, add as many photos as you want, you need. That's the fun of it. Here's another one of the 4x4 cutouts. And
Well,
this
those
one-
fit perfect into the pockets.
Yes, yep. Another.
Got a little tag. I
Yeah,
like the little
I
banners
used
up at the
little
top.
Banners and pop dotted one just to give it a little dimension. And I like to add things, say you have a photo here like Teresa's book with the old photos of her mom.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice to be able to come in here and write the date that it was
Right.
or, something like that. So that's why I left empty things on some of the tags.
So you can fill them in.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, because my grandkids were over for Easter, and I pulled out old photos of my mom and her family, and they were asking, who's this? Who's that? I don't know.
So even people we know today, we need to document who is who, because we all have those old photos, Chris, that nothing's written on them, and you don't have any idea who they are, and a lot of those just get thrown away in the trash.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And that's our story. Our life stories are from those people.
That's right. Let's not, like you said, you toss them, and that's just sad.
Do you have a plan for what you're going to put in this project? Do you know yet?
I think I'm going to try to go through my mom's photos. Mom's basement flooded. So I have the one box of photos that she has left. So I need to.
Oh my gosh.
She's going to be 93 this year, and she once in a while when I go up there, she'll say, I don't have a lot longer. Are you going to get a book done for me? So
this might be it.
so I need to get at least a little something done.
You
so
need
maybe
to get
I'll,
it done for Mother's Day.
Yeah, I'm
for
going to
sure.
try to do that because she would enjoy it. She might not know who the people are, but she'll enjoy it.
Well, everybody loves it, and
Well,
she
thank
will
you.
enjoy it. Now, there is a question, real
Okay.
quick, Chris. The Simple Stories washi tape is not cloth. It's just that Japanese like masking tape is
Yes.
kind of how washi tape started out. It is not cloth. Chris used the tape from Art Options Avesta from 49 and Market, and it is cloth. Some of their tapes are cloth and some are washi tape.
yes.
So just look at the description and you'll be able to tell what's cloth and what isn't.
Now, I did use some of this tape before we got this one in, and I like it with a navy. And like I said, I went ahead and used my 1/8 inch washi tape and taped on both sides very close to the middle. You don't want to get in the fold,
Right.
but on both sides of it. And then I laid down the washi tape because I knew it was going to stick.
So the
where I-
strength, yeah, you can help your washi tape because it really isn't, it doesn't always stick totally. Some are
Correct.
different.
Correct.
We do not have instructions for this, but it's pretty simple. If you just watch the first few minutes where she cut her file folders, that's really kind of the basic that you need to know. And then we will, you'll be able to figure it out. And we'll take pictures, of course, and post pictures. And I think if you remember that you're cutting all your folders to 6 inches,
Exactly.
and then you're folding them backwards, flip
Right.
them, fold them
You-
backwards.
You start out,
We'll do it one more time here.
okay, so this is the middle. You start out and it's like a regular file folder. You're going to flip it upside down so that your tab is facing you. Your first fold is to put it up. You want the straight edge to match the top.
This is a great review, Chris. Just do it. We'll do it one more time here.
And then you're going to flip it over again. And you're not going to worry about where this top is
It
at
is
all.
not going to reach the top.
Correct. Your concern is that when you fold it over, then you've got a nice straight connected bottom.
Yep,
So that when you're done,
that they're all lined up together.
all your, what do you call those, binding? I don't know.
Like the spine, I think is
thank you.
good.
That your spine is all together. And again, even if it's off a tiny bit, you can get out your undo or
Add a little tape.
add a little tape. Yep. And then nobody's the wiser.
That is great, Chris. I think everybody loves it, and I bet people are going to be making crafts with file
Good,
folders
good.
tonight. Getting back to a question a while back, these are the scissors from Tim Holtz, the haberdashery scissors, and this is the 6-inch, and they are $20.49. What a weird amount.
I know.
They're super sharp, and this is actually a little tin box that they come in. And then they do have the 5-inch, and the 5-inch are $17.99, and they also have a little tin box. And I have these at home because I like them because they're super sharp, and I love the little tin box, and I keep them
It's
stored
fun.
in that.
Exactly. Now, do you want me to show what I'm doing next
Yes,
Wednesday?
yes.
Okay.
Chris has got a preview here. I don't know
Okay.
what we're doing tomorrow. Do you have any idea what tomorrow is?
I do not.
We don't know what we're doing tomorrow.
It's my day off.
But-
I don't know.
But Chris is going to show us what she's doing next week.
Okay, so next Wednesday, I am making another little album going along with our theme of a couple weeks of minis. And this I made out of craft card bases. I just put 6 of them together, and I used the paper that came in, vintage, what is that?
Oh, and it's back in stock.
Yeah, it's right over there.
I have no idea what I'm showing right now because
yeah.
I'm bending backwards, but it's this paper right here. And a lot of you picked it up because Katie's used it and Diane has used it.
Yes.
The Vintage Emporium paper.
Yep, and I love it. I made this album from a trip that I took my 2 oldest grandkids on, and it just felt very European, so that's why I used it.
It does, yeah.
But I'll show you how to make this, and also how to make this little book.
It reminds me of a passport.
Exactly.
So, Chris,
And
is this next Wednesday?
This is next Wednesday, the 27th.
Okay, the 27th.
Yep.
Chris is back. So
You want me or not, I'm coming back.
we want you for sure, Chris, for sure. So, everyone, thank you for joining us today. I hope you have a good rest of the week. Chris, thank you.
Yes, you're
I
welcome.
feel like I could go and make that book now, and I think I will because I love file folders. And we appreciate all of you watching. I hope you have a good, crafty day, and we'll be back tomorrow. It's on our calendar. We are not having a live video Friday, or if we do, it'll be very short. We have a big event on Friday. We have 130 crafters coming to scrapbook or make cards or do whatever they want.
That's exciting.
For the weekend here in town. So on Friday, if we have a video, it'll be a very mini one because it is Earth Day, and we have a special for Earth Day. But we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see you then.